Thank you so much for joining us on Africa this morning. It is the 1st of September 2014. I'm Beryl Ooro. Let's start the new month with a look at the leading stories.
Wanasema tunataka kubadilisha katiba tufukuze IEBC kwa sababu tulishindwa kwa uchaguzi.
Referendum drumbeats. Ruto preaches politics of unity against courts over 1 million signature collection.
Kwa mwaka mzima tumekuwa tukiwaambia tafadhali lete hiyo pesa peleka nyumbani. Alafu tukaongeza sauti, tafadhali lete pesa.
No turning back. Section of governors vow to continue advocating for more money to the counties. War on Al-Shabaab. AMISOM captures yet another town from rebels. And finally, Pakistan in protest. Anti-government protesters camp outside parliament buildings. We'll start off here in Kenya. Deputy President William Ruto said that Kenyans needed to unite to protect the development of the nation. He said this following the recent push by the opposition to collect 1 million signatures in support for a referendum move that is also supported by a section of governors.
Hi, how are you good people?
The Deputy President called upon the public to shun the push for a referendum, citing the call was merely for the benefit of a group of few individuals.
Wanasema tunataka kubadilisha katiba tufukuze IEBC kwa sababu tulishindwa kwa uchaguzi. Ama tubadilishe katiba kwa sababu tumepatikana kumbe sisi tulisimamia wizi wa mashamba huku tukiwadanganya maskwota tutawapatia mashamba. Wanatuambia wanataka kubadilisha katiba turudi ile parliamentary system ili rais asichaguliwe na wananchi, rais achaguliwe na wabunge wakiwa wameketi kule bunge. Kwa sababu wameona ile rais anachaguliwa na wananchi hawawezi kushinda. Sasa tutabadilisha katiba kwa sababu ya mtu binafsi.
He urged the public, however, to look for ways on how to move forward as a nation.
And we must be united in protecting the development of our country. Sisi wote tushirikiane. Lazima tuangalie ni vipi tutaendesha taifa tukiwa sote kwa pamoja.
CORD Coalition is currently on the move of gathering 1 million signatures from the public to gain support in the quest for the referendum push.
Our friends have told us why they need a referendum. Yesterday they told us they need a referendum because they want to test their political strength. And immediately the referendum result is announced. If they win the referendum, they will call for a general election. So it is very clear now, we know that this thing is not about Katiba, it is about politics.
Still on the referendum, the chair of the Council of Governors, Isaac Ruto, continues to soldier on for a push for a referendum in the quest for more monies to the counties, even as some governors backed down on the issue. He was speaking at the close of the Turkana Cultural Festival, where similar calls were made by Governors Wycliffe Oparanya and Peter Munya. Amid the pomp and dance of the Turkana culture, politics was not left out. It is the politics of more money to the counties.
Tuna mipango katika mpangilio wetu wa miaka 4 ya kufanya mambo mengi zaidi. Iwe ni mashamba, iwe ni mahospitali, huduma, iwe ni mambo ya mifugo, iwe ni mambo ya samaki, iwe ni mambo ya amani, iwe ni mambo ya barabara. Tutahitaji pesa.
Oparanya sought to set the record straight in connection to allegation that some of the governors would use the requested money for their own private ventures.
Wanasema governors wanataka pesa nyingi wanunulie bibi zao magari. Sasa wewe ukiangalia mimi nimekuwa mjumbe miaka 10 siwezi kununulia bibi yangu gari.
Despite TNA governors pulling out of the referendum bandwagon, Peter Munya seemed to be taking a different direction.
Wananchi wache kuambiwa uongo ya kwamba hii ni siasa ya CORD na siasa ya Jubilee. Hii ni siasa ya kupatia mwananchi haki yake kule mashinani yaweze kuendeleza maisha yake ndio Kenya iweze kuenda mbele vizuri.
Isaac Ruto said that the request for more money has been on for over a year and it's time a firmer demand is made.
Kwa mwaka mzima tumekuwa tukiwaambia tafadhali lete hiyo pesa peleka nyumbani. Alafu tukaongeza sauti tafadhali lete pesa. Alafu sasa tunataka kuambia nyinyi peleka pesa nyumbani. Na mkikataa tutawaambia watu nyumbani mnakataa. Na tutawaambia watu wapige kura.
Meanwhile, the collection of signatures in support of a referendum and campaigns for it by the opposition camp CORD is underway in many parts of the country. Deputy President William Ruto said yesterday that the government will serve Kenyans equally irrespective of their political affiliations for the common good of the country, as opposed to the empty rhetoric of the referendum. He was speaking during a fund drive in Kenyatta constituency.
The Jubilee legislatures have continued to tell off the opposition against their push for a national referendum.
This referendum is a congregation of desperados. People who not only lost, but lost miserably in the last elections.
The legislatures say that the calls for a referendum is ill-timed and has no good for the country, as the country is still in the phase of implementation of the constitution.
Na naambia wale ambao wanasema tufanye referendum. Na waambia Wakenya wamevuta erio. Siku hizi wanaelewa maneno. Sasa sio yule wakati tulikuwa tunadanganywa.
On his part, the deputy president said that it is time for leaders to work together and forge a common development agenda in solving the problems facing the country.
Hata huyu ndugu yetu Kalonzo tunataka awe na maji Seikuru, na serikali ya Jubilee itahakikisha iko maji Seikuru kwa Kalonzo. Ajue ya kwamba hatuna matatizo na yeye, tunataka kuendesha Kenya mbele.
He told leaders to focus on developmental issues instead of misleading Kenyans, saying it was time for leaders to forget their political differences and work as a team.
And to the coast. For the better part of last week, President Uhuru Kenyatta has been at the coast. Over the weekend, he made a surprise visit for lunch at a restaurant at Makadara Road in the old town of Mombasa. The head of state also walked down the streets in a rare sign of humility and made yet another surprise visit at the Kenyatta beach.
The president and a number of coast MPs arrived at Barca restaurant at noon and went to the underground section where they had lunch. A newspaper vendor who sells papers close to the restaurant said that the president eating at a downtown restaurant was an indication that he valued the common mwananchi. At yet another surprise visit at the Kenyatta beach, he appealed to Kenyans to work together irrespective of religion, ethnicity, race or political affiliation.
Wenzangu yangu leo ni kuwaomba tu. Sisi zote tuwe askari wa kulinda nchi yetu. Sisi zote tuwe macho ya mwenzako. Tuhakikishe tuko na huo usalama na ndio utalii wetu uweze kukua na tuweze kuwa na biashara ambayo itasababisha vijana wetu kupata kazi na nchi yetu itajiriki na ndio tuweze kuendelea mbele.
His humble nature continues to attract thousands of fans during his Meet the People tour of Mombasa and Kilifi counties, with stopovers at Mvita, Majengo, Kanamai, Mtwapa and Pirates Public Beach.
To education matters, Cabinet Secretary for Education Professor Jacob Kaimenye has challenged the youth to embrace the spirit of volunteering to serve the nation in various undertakings. He made these remarks as he flagged off the first batch of university student graduates volunteering to serve in Garissa County at the Ministry of Higher Education headquarters in Nairobi.
The Cabinet Secretary said one way of enhancing national integration and cohesiveness is through encouraging the youth to take up volunteering services, as well as leadership courses that would better equip them to become better leaders of tomorrow.
Because some of you become captains of industry. But for you to be able to do that, you go through a 3-week course. In the course of your training, you're also going to interact with the captains of industry. These are the managing directors of various institutions, the premier companies of this country. And I can tell you at the end of it all, you learn a lot from them. Because as we said, there is no substitute for experience, isn't it? Yeah, you should drink from the fountain of knowledge of these men and women who have been through it, they have seen it, and when they tell you, please listen.
He also urged the youth to travel to other counties and work away from home, a move that would enhance talent and experience as one learns from other communities and overcome the culture of stereotyping.
To cure that stereotype approach to doing things, it is incumbent upon us as a nation to give each other, particularly young people, opportunities to work away from your respective regions. If you come from Kilifi, we want you to go to United Kisumu, UK. Wende pale, so that you know how the people like fish, how they behave, isn't it? When you are there, then you live with them, you work with them. It's fantastic.
He encouraged those graduating from universities to make up opportunities in various economies in order to enhance and strengthen those sectors, and particularly in the Ministry of Science and Technology.
With the rising insecurity in Kenya, the United World for Peace held a peace march as a way of sensitizing Kenyans on the need for promoting a peaceful generation of people united by love and harmony with each other. The march was also in aid of assisting the victims affected by violence by joining hands to help them overcome these scars.
We live in a world full of conflict, and the United World for Peace held this event at a timely time when our country is facing a lot of conflict from politics, interclan militants, among others. Some of the prominent peace activists who participated in this march was Martha Karua, who commended the organizers of this walk for having such a noble cause and urged Kenyans to come together and assist those affected with violence in any kind of way.
We need to take time to see how we can coexist peacefully and to see what it is that we can do to help those in need. My peace is my neighbor's peace. If my neighbor has no peace, I have no peace. Therefore, we have to be each other's keeper in order to have a peaceful world.
The United World for Peace, an initiative that started recently, depends mostly on well wishes and internal funds, but with time it hopes to grow and even partner with other organizations that fight for peace. The chairperson of the United World for Peace, Niger Mehia, was calling upon young people to join this interracial peace movement and become ambassadors of spreading peace. She urged tolerance among communities and also emphasized on the organization's motto, "Peace begins with you and me."
I would like to appeal to the other Kenyans, not only Kenyans, even those people within Kenya, whether they are Europeans or they are Somalis or whoever they are, Muindis, just name it. I want all of them to get together. We have to first of all understand each other. That peaceful understanding, the knowledge about the other self, the tolerance is very important. That needs to be built up between the communities.
Participants in this march, who also included children, had one word in common: spread peace.
Everybody's been very supportive, and I feel very proud because this baby was mine, and I feel like finally we've achieved what we wanted to achieve, and I see a great future for United World for Peace. Yeah.
The work was fine. We all have to be peaceful.
Peace, tolerance and understanding are cornerstones for a durable solution to our country, and Vision 2030 can only be realized and sustained if there is peace.
We'll now take a short break, but we'll be back with more stories from Africa and the international front.